So, Neil has already discovered that fat bikes are definitely fun. But as a racer, I want to know one thing. Are fat bikes fast?
So we've come to our local trails and we're going to test it out. We've got a fat bike each and a normal trail bike each. We're going to use Strava, put them to test and see what's fastest. As ever with our GMBN tests, they're really just a bit of fun. They're not the most scientific tests ever. Why compare a full suspension trail bike to a hardtail fat bike, I hear you ask? Well, this is a regular trail bike, the sort of bike that I would always use when riding this sort of terrain. So for me, a true challenge of which bike is fastest, a fat bike or a normal mountain bike.
So now for the course. We have a 6.5 kilometre loop containing fire road climb, a rocky single track, followed by a very steep descent, a technical climb, and then a fast flowing XC style descent to finish. All in all, 20 minutes of absolute pain.
So I'm looking forward to this. These are my local trails. I've ridden here for 20 years. I know all the lines. I ride here on a trail bike just like this all the time. So excited to see the difference between my normal bike and a fat bike. Right, Beaumont, you all set?
Ready?
Race roll. 3, 2, 1, do it. So we've set the times of the trail bikes, no surprises there. On to the fat bikes. Mark, what are your first impressions just riding 100 metres on the fire road?
Well, as you can see, it's quite a bumpy fire road, and I ride a hardtail 29er at home, and this seems to just roll along the road. You don't really feel any of the bumps or anything, just nice and mellow. The problem will be, I think, trying to get it to accelerate out of like a slow corner or something, but we will see.
Yeah, let's put it to the test. Oh my God. That was good. Okay, Mark, so times are in, but first of all, do you think it was fast? How did it feel?
I think it struggles on the climbs. I think it's hard to get it back up to speed when you've slowed down for a tight corner, but once it's rolling, boy, is it rolling.
It is rolling, that is true. So let's split it into the main parts first. So the long fire road climb, 6 minutes 41 on the normal bike, on the trail bike, and it's 6:54 on the fat bike. So a little bit slower.
13 seconds slower on the fat bike. I'm actually surprised it's so close.
Into the single track, slightly downhill, and it was actually 9 seconds faster than the trail bike.
You could feel that though, couldn't you? Like once you'd got going, and it was rolling over those rough little rocks and stuff, it just seemed to keep accelerating. Whereas the trail bike would like snag on stuff and you'd slip and you'd have a little bit of a moment.
And you really had the grip, didn't you, obviously? Into the steep downhill, it was actually slower, only 3 seconds slower. Definitely felt like the big tyre, but you haven't got, you know, big braking surface on there. So when you're in the loose stuff, it didn't feel like it could slow down as fast.
On the flat stuff, it had the traction and you felt quite confident in it. And as you say, on the steep stuff, perhaps there's not so much load on the tyre, so it can't sort of dig in.
But the big result, so for the full lap, the trail bike was 22 minutes 55. And the fat bike was 23:36. So for me, that proves that it is actually fast. Yes, a bit slower, but not as much as I would have expected.
It's way closer than I thought it was going to be. I mean, for me, regardless of whether they're faster, I really hate to say, but I kind of enjoyed riding it.
They are good fun. And I'm sure they're faster on the trails Ed's line for, in the snow and the sand. You couldn't compare them then.
No, that's true.
Will we see fat bikes at EWS, Enduro World Series, or World Cup downhills?
I can't see it, Neil.
No. Maybe plus bikes, maybe?
Plus bikes, something in between, ooh, could be the next thing.
Who knows?
That'll throw the cat amongst the pigeons, that will know. So, that's it for fat bikes versus trail bikes. And how fast do they go? Well, pretty fast. For more videos here on GMBN, you should click up here for our Fat Bikes Fun with Neil.
Yes, they are fun. Yes, they are fast.
I can say that they are fun. After riding one day on one, it was...
Still look a little bit like a clown bike though, don't they? And you can click down there for my 27 versus 27 plus feature.
And did you think this video was controversial? Well, I was in it and I thought it was controversial, so definitely give it a thumb up like.
And as ever, if you haven't done already, click on us to subscribe to the channel.